basketball has been around for over 100 years, dating back as early as 1892. Today, basketball is played all over the world, from Boston to London, Paris, and Beijing. It's played in city parks of New York, the dusty plains of Africa, and of course, the expensive design basketball courts of the NBA. The game is played everywhere and anywhere. If someone has a ball and a mounted basketball goal, they'll play. The father of basketball, Mr. James Naismith, invented the game on January 20th, 1892, for the YMCA to play during the long winter months. During that time, they used a soccer ball and an old peach basket for the ball and a basketball goal. Most of the rules Mr. Naismith made are still in use today in the NBA. Some of the rules have changed a bit during that time, but new rules have been added to protect the players from injuries in the long run in the NBA. During the start of professional basketball, there were not many teams around the country, around 6 to 7 teams. But the 1960s is when all that changed. Basketball started to become more noticed around the world, around the league. Some of the greats in that era were Bill Russell, who played for the Boston Celtics and won 11 championships, which is something amazing. Wilt Chamberlain, who has a record right now for 100 points in a game. Oscar Robertson, Walt Frazier, Jerry West, who is the man in the NBA logo, and many more players that have become legends. But the 1980s is when basketball was really started to get noticed around the world, because there were just much better players started arriving in the league, who ended up becoming legends. One of those players is Michael Jordan, who is the best player to ever play the game, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, and many more others. Today, the NBA is packed with talent coming from all around the world: China, Africa, Mexico, you name it, everywhere. And during the NBA season, players like LeBron James, this guy right here, and Stephen Curry have shattered records. Stephen Curry actually broke his record of 254 three-pointers made to 400 this season, which is unbelievable. And this year's champions, the Cleveland Cavaliers, actually set a record, which was becoming the first team in NBA history to come back from a 3-1 deficit in the NBA Finals. And that just tells you that players and teams are just getting much and much better every year. The future is very bright for the NBA. A couple of teams are actually rebuilding or almost done rebuilding, and will be the best teams in the league in around 5 to 6 years. Some of those teams are the Boston Celtics, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Los Angeles Lakers. The game of basketball over the years has become one of the best sports in the world, and it will continue to grow. It's not only a game, it's a passion for some, and it keeps kids' dreams alive to strive for greatness and become the best they can be.